Okay, the video recording is on. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the KubeEdge community meeting. It's March 25th today, and the meeting is Pacific friendly time this week. We have a few minutes on a few people on the meeting. So let me turn on the screen sharing so we can go through the agenda. Okay. Everybody can see my desktop?
Yep.
Yeah, just to kindly remind that please everyone on the meeting type your name in the attendees section. All right, so I'd like to invite Jeremy to give a brief introduce. Jeremy, is that okay for you?
Oh yeah, sure. Since my first meeting. Nice to meet you guys. So I work for Orange, the telecom company. I work in the San Francisco office, which is a strategy and innovation center. And I focus a lot on cloud technologies in general. I have the freedom to not only look at the market and look at the vendors, but also test solutions in the lab. And so I collaborate with my colleagues that are based in France that you may know, or you may have heard that they're working on the KubeEdge with you guys from France. I'm collaborating with them. I'm extending the work that they are doing from Europe to the West Coast. The intent is that hopefully I can help to be maybe a closer point of contact for the people at Huawei and FutureWay if we have an actual collaboration for development at some point. Being based in California, maybe easier to talk. And also another intent is to be also a point of contact with the rest of the community around KubeEdge. So if there's other users, other companies looking at that, I would be the entry point on the Orange side to discuss. And the last thing is I want to do some tests myself. I want to deploy potentially 1 or 2 edge nodes in California that they would manage from France. So there will be some deployment involved here. That's it.
Cool, thank you. Would you mind to say which department you are working with in Orange? Because that's a huge company, right?
Yeah, it's a big company for sure. The folks I'm working with, they are part of a division called TGI, which is innovation division inside Orange. And they also do all the technology related topics at the group level for Orange. So Orange is organized by country and all the countries are independent of each other. And then there's a corporate entity, which is called Orange Group. And that's where that division sits. So they do, you have all the research and development folks, part of that. So it's, I don't know, today maybe like 3,000-4,000 people doing R&D work in general. And so those folks are part of that division. One is in Paris and 2 are in Brittany on the west coast of France. I can give you their names if you want, if it's helpful, but I don't know if you need that.
No, yeah, we can sync up later. I think I'm looking forward to working with you guys because we have a TM forum. I think it's from some of Orange. I mean, some people from Orange, I'm not sure. It's related to teleco with Edge. So I'm looking forward. Probably I will involve you if you are not in that discussion.
Yeah, please do. That's the goal of why I'm involved in the team, to be the link with the different communities. I think that last week for the European meeting, one of my colleagues joined the call, I think, but he didn't say anything. He was just listening, I believe.
Yeah, cool. We have a lot of it. a more thing to present to a TM forum. It's I think we are going to collaborate with you guys to set up a MEC or something like that.
There is obviously strong collaboration with Huawei in general, with Orange. So
yep.
at the infrastructure level.
Cool. So I think we can go through the agenda first, and everyone, if you have anything you'd like to discuss, please feel free to add items in the agenda. So first of all, we have some of the discussion offline about the Cloud Core HOA support. So I think maybe
sorry, Kevin. I just say HA and the matrix. I create two issues in the GitHub, so everybody can chime in, and even after meeting.
Oh yeah. Can you append the? Can you attach the issue number and the link here so people can make?
Yeah, let me give you right now, so we don't need to.
Yeah.
So the issues, HA is a 1560. Is the issue number 1560?
1560.
Yes, the matrix is a 1561. So I will put more details after this meeting. It's in the GitHub.
Yeah. I think for the HA, we also the possible first phase in the coming release 1.3 would be master slave mode. So basically, it's to help reduce the downtime. And to support master slave node, we will need make it able to do leader election for the HA instances, and also we need to support able to add the load balancer for the multiple instance, and then I think maybe also we need a health check method, like for example, something like or is lead or is active. So this is for the load balancer to check which instance is the active master. So the LP can load all the requests to the active instance. Okay. Anything to add? Let me visit the issue if any discussion there. Oh, not yet.
Yeah, my question, I already pasted there, so just refresh. The problem is already, the issue is, do we still need the two steps? Because originally in the previous meeting, we talked about first step only at a hot standby. Then or I think maybe we can skip the first step, just go directly to add a load balancing and load balancer in front of a multiple instance of.
Yeah, but even adding load balancer for multiple instance, it's still kind of active standby or master slave mode currently, because there's no like sticky session functionality support in the Cloud Core. So So if like for a request, the first package go to instance 1 and the second package go to instance 2, there may be some issue.
Okay.
Yeah, so for the release progress, I think currently we don't yet have a proposal. Yeah, we don't have a proposal. One of the contributors did some analysis on GitHub, I think. So basically, we in Cloud Core we still have some status in memory, so we may need to make it able to be refreshed when an instance is become active from a standby. Otherwise, I think we have already covered it here.
Yeah, I think we may, after we start to implement this, we may find more problems. But currently, I think it's a good start point.
Yeah. Okay, next thing is about the metrics support. Actually, Shufei did some analysis on this. Shufei, would you like to give quick updates?
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, we will support the metrics interface in an edge call. Yeah, so we will need to add the seed-wider back in the edge. And a question here is, do we need to expose the port in the edge call? Some users, they want to collect the metric info in the edge node.
Yeah, just to give some background. So, in use cases like industry or IoT, some users are very how to say they will be they need to be careful opening a new ports at the edge, because that's kind of exposing a more a chance for the others to try to access the node. But in the other hand, like vanilla Kubernetes, they already open some port for curing like debug information or some basic metrics information. So we need to think about the trade-off between these two options, whether make the port open again or we just shut down that. So from end user case, well, the first thing we need to, of course, support the metric server and the matrixing API from the control plane. So that's kind of semantic vanilla Kubernetes in the data center, and people would be much easier to use that. Another thing is that because the nodes are located at edge, and most of the metrics data may be, it may be heavy, and sending all of the data to the cloud may be also become a network issue. So the idea is maybe we can collect the metrics data at the edge. Yeah, just some backgrounds.
Yeah, if we want to support the metric server in the cloud, we need to do some implement work. We need to collect the metric info from the hub, cloud hub, to edge.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, if the user want to collect the info at the edge node, we need to expose the port to user.
Do we do pod migration between edge nodes in this case?
What do you mean by migration? So you know that in Kubernetes, it's kind of simply destroy and recreate.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is currently, if we don't support matrix, we just, for the edge user case, we need to recreate the pod in the same node, right? But if we support...
actually, when a pod is created, the scheduler will decide where the pod will go. Or inside a pod lifecycle, if a container is crashed or deleted, the edge node, the edge core will recreate the container, but that will be on the same node.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes.
About the matrix support, can we? I think we should add an option for edge core to support the expose the pod in edge, because some, as you see, some user want to collect a matrix from edge node, but some user want to collect the matrix from the cloud core, from the cloud. Yeah, if we only support collect the metric from cloud, then maybe
Yeah, I know that's kind of too much, specific, and people have no alternative options, right?
yeah.
Yeah, another thing is another thing we need to take care. I think it's about how to integrate C advisor in the edge. So basically, it's kind of code level thing. Because today a lot of Kubernetes code is kind of imported in a, how to say, a lot of packages imported in a massive way. So we need to take care when importing C advisor. Otherwise, the memory, the footprint will be increasing very, very large. Okay. Anything to add? Right. So I think we can go on. Next one, Edge node on Nvidia Jetson TX2 developer board.
Yeah, it's me at Orange. It's just some hardware that we have here available in California that we want to test on a small node. That's the smallest thing we have available now. So I don't know how, again, I'm a newbie on the deployment of KubeEdge. So start from scratch, the deployment on that. I don't know if anybody has recommendation of documentation I should look at, because it's an ARM-based motherboard. And we want to use the GPU to do video processing locally on the node. Another thing I should read about that could be helpful. That's it.
Which operation system you are using?
Frankly, now I'm completely open. Typically, it's sort of a Ubuntu-based Linux, as far as I remember, that you get with the developer kit. But I guess we can flash it with something else.
Yeah, we currently, so we have an installer and that support Ubuntu installation for the Edge nodes. So, and what about the control plan? Which control plan you are using? I mean, you install Kubernetes by yourself, or you are trying to use like managed Kubernetes?
The control plane will be somewhere in France, in the public cloud. And I don't remember if they actually installed Kubernetes by hand or they use the Kubernetes that is as a service provided by the cloud service. So we have to double check. Is that important?
So we found that in a lot of managed Kubernetes implementation. So because you know that in Kubernetes community, the cluster lifecycle management is kind of open to the vendors. So we found that today, many of the managed Kubernetes, they can only manage the nodes created by the service themselves. So in that case, if the user trying to register a node from Edge with KubeEdge, the node will be deleted because the health checking from the underlying cloud provider would not success.
Yeah, I will have to double check. But I think it shouldn't be an issue because they're already planning on having other nodes that are not part of the Kubernetes cluster and that would be running in other clouds. And if they use the Kubernetes as a service, that would be the one provided by Huawei that we run on top of OpenStack, the Huawei OpenStack. So I think we would have that limitation most likely with that version. Because as far as I remember, it was fairly simple Kubernetes that we get from that.
Yeah, so currently we are trying to find a way to work around with in that case, but still it's still ongoing and not yet finished.
Okay.
Jeremy, I do have a Nvidia TX2 developer board. I might test it in few weeks, but at least like 2-3 weeks, I might test it. I have a Jetson Nano also on which I do plan to run KubeEdge. So yeah, I will keep you updated if I do it any sooner.
Who's speaking, by the way?
Sorry?
Who is speaking, by the way?
Oh, this is Vijay.
Ah, okay. I see your name moving now. Okay.
Okay, cool. Cheers.
Yeah, actually, when the long time ago before it's open sourced, I did try. Actually, I bought 3 set of a TX2 and it's working, but it's just it's slow. It's not our system slow. It's the TX2 running some fake image processing algorithm really slow. So that's we did test it before we open source it, but it's already it's already evolved another year.
Yeah, the
So
new
I
version.
haven't tested it yet. So
yeah, I've seen video processing done in real time on that thing, and you don't get a lot of frames per second for sure.
Yeah. So,
but I think our point is mostly about check that ARM is supported well enough, and that anything using NVIDIA chipset would actually run. Performance it's not important. It's not to be deployed in production.
yeah, I understand, but we will support NVIDIA GPUs. I mean, we did have plan.
Okay.
And also, it's just a regular Ubuntu. I mean, I don't think that's a.
So you think I can come from source and compile directly? That would work?
Yeah, I haven't tried that for. I mean, I can say is I tested it about 1.5 years ago, but I haven't tried it recently. So VJ is testing. I may have a hands-on next month. It's already 24th. Hopefully by April we are going to test it again.
Okay.
Yeah. So just to add, for installing, set up edge nodes on Ubuntu, so that's kind of default option we are running in the CI every day, and also the ARM support is verified in the CI, so that should be easy.
Okay.
But for the GPU, I'm not sure. Maybe it will take some time because we also tested. Some of the user tested a couple of months ago, I think.
And do you know if people used like a similar kind of form factor, but the newer versions? I don't remember the name. Yeah, I think Vijay, you said there's the Nano, which is even more embedded.
They have released Jetson Nano, which is smaller than TX2. Yeah.
I don't know if it's less powerful. I don't know if there's a TX3 already or something more powerful.
No, they haven't released TX3. They have released something newer, although. Just a second.
And KubeEdge hasn't been tested on that yet.
Not yet. I have the both TX2 and Jetson Nano. I do plan to run it very soon, like maybe 2-3 weeks.
Okay. Maybe we can be in touch through Slack between the meetings.
No problem.
Okay. So.
And I just mentioned we also have a offloading service we plan to present to Akrino. It's not a Jackson developer kit. However, that will be a mobile device offload machine learning to edge server, then the edge offload to the cloud. So maybe you will be interested in that. I think there's a link on our meeting notes. If you're interested in Jeremy, you can take a look.
Yeah, please. Where is the link, you mean?
It's on the top. It's a related project.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'll check it out. Yeah, because we have a lot of folks working on Akrino at Orange. So.
Yeah, it's in this page on the top. There's a related project. Yeah, here.
Oh yeah, here, yeah.
Yeah, I am reading the website now. Is it one of you working on this?
Yeah, I'm working on this.
Oh, cool.
We just rename it. That's called KubeEdge Blueprint. We don't want to limit our ability only to offloading. We may want to do more doing the edge, everything.
Okay, that could be nice. I have a dummy question, but most of you are based in China or in the US?
Is the Huawei people, I think, in China, the FutureWave people in US. That's now two separate entity.
Oh, I see. So whoever.
And also we have our community players like it's a Vijay Kumar is in UK, and we have British people in German and in India.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for the info.
Okay, so we I think we have finished the items on the agenda. Anyone would like to discuss more things?
Kevin, one more thing. So like recently regarding KEDM, and like recently I came across FPM. FPM is basically a packager tool. So like basically last time, if you remember, I talked about deploying KubeEdge using Puppet.
Yeah.
One of the problems which I was facing was like, let's say if I deploy KubeEdge 1.0, how do I keep upgrading it? So I was facing that problem. So like I had a chat with a few of the Puppet guys, and they said that it's way better if you package your application KubeEdge into a dev packages or RPM packages, and they referred a tool called FPM. And I looked up into FPM, like creating packages using FPM, like Debian packages or RPM packages is quite very easy. So like you just tell that, okay, you give the binary, you tell what are the configuration files, and then there are some scripts basically which you can do the like post installation scripts. So I was just wondering if we should like apart from like maybe we should release packages for Debian or CentOS in that case.
Yeah, I think that would be very useful. And you know that even the installer and the user would need a easy way to get it downloaded and installed on the whatever node or machine they are using. Okay. So I think we also have some discussion before. So one question is that where to host the packages? Are there kind of the open place we can just upload our packages?
So as of now, I think we may start keeping the packages on the GitHub website of KubeEdge. And once it is more streamlined, maybe we can talk to the Debian developers and include that in the regular repository.
That will be a cost. I don't think the bandwidth GitHub allow. We probably need, I think we just leave an open issue here to find a good place to host it. Let's create an issue. It's not here.
I mean to say, like recently I saw that KEDM needs to be or supported by supported for Raspberry Pi and CentOS. I think if we do it this way, I mean to say the RPM way or the depackage way, we can do it way better apart from KEDM.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we want to build a for Darwin for Mac?
I won't mind. It should not be a problem.
So we can put in S3 to support a brew installer. I mean, that's for mainly for developer purpose. It's not for. I don't think anybody going to use Mac as a.
Yeah, we need to solve some issue because some of the implementation are referring to the Linux libraries, but actually we can just implement the, replace them with kind of more the normal implementation.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm planning to have a look at like understand more about Travis CI. How does it work? And maybe I should be able to build Debian packages. Like at least I will try it in the next week to build Debian packages. So if you want to create an issue and assign it to me, I would be happy to try it.
Yeah, I think that's very helpful. So actually, you can just go ahead to create the issue and assign to yourself.
Okay, yeah, sure, I'll do that.
Yeah, just I'm trying to add more things about the support for driving. I think we need to figure out the breaking pieces. Yeah, for the support on Darwin, I'm not sure if we can get it done during this release. We will see.
Yeah, this one, yeah, we can try, but I think that's a relatively low priority because that's for dev purpose, right? It's not for the users. But we can give it a try.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Any other things to add?
Hi. Yeah, I have a question. What's our plan to apply for incubation? Because it looks like there's a pipeline on the TLC side. It takes a while to get, to get there. So if we are targeting sometime in June, then we should probably start now. I'm just wondering what's our plan? Maybe we review every time we have this meeting so we can move towards that, or maybe we should start applying because it takes a while to get to the voting stage.
Yes, and I just want to add, so KubeEdge has been under CNCF for 1 year already, and we need to finish the annual review by April. So yeah, we do need start tracking all the relevant items.
Yeah, could you create here? Then we can create issues in GitHub to track this.
Yeah.
One is the annual review. The other one is the incubation
application.
Yeah.
Because I think the TOCs are really swamped. They're just moving very slowly. So we should just get the process started now if we want to make it by June or July.
Yeah. So I think for the incubation, we will need to get prepared by June.
Yeah, I think we should start. First of all, we need to have our presentation ready, right? And then we can start talking to various TOCs and asking for them to, ask for their approval, offline approval. So we should have a strategy for it. Maybe we can divide up the work here. And then next, need, we'll see how much we've got.
Yeah.
What can we do? I mean, you can, you know, what can we do to help there?
Yeah, I do take a look about on the criteria about the incubation. So there are some things need to be done. I will just paste it here later on. So basically, the one thing is that we need 3 production use case from various end user, and we will also need to finish the due diligence document, and also for community health and diversity, we will need relative, a reasonable number of contributors, committers from different company. And there are also some other aspects. I think we need to start tracking just to get the list and check everything.
Yeah, I mean, Argo is just, I mean, I was just looking at Argo, right? So it looks like some TOC has to initiate the process for us. And then everybody was 1+1, right? The voting will start. So it's like we need to find a TOC who can be our champion. I'm initiating, because I'm looking at Argo, Shane, who initiated the process, and we need somebody. We'll have to figure out which TOC cares the most about KubeEdge, and then we have to start preparing with them. So maybe, you know what, maybe, okay, I can take it. I can take the action item. I'll talk to Chris and get his advice. And then you can give, if you can give us what we have, like production, you know, as far as the momentum and all that, the raw data, if you can create a deck for me, I can talk to Chris and check. And then I'll ask for his advice to see, you know, which TOC we should approach and help us with the process. I can do that if you can give me enough information, because Chris might want to take a first look and say, oh, you said this and that, right? So Chris will be our first person to go to. Yeah, and I'm happy to take it to Chris for us. Yeah. So you want to put it down, like you can give me the deck sometime, and then I will talk to Chris. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
In the annual review, who is reviewing it? Is it TOC?
Yeah, so any review would we would need to basically finalize the document, like reply the questions there and submit it to the TOC.
Yeah. Has there been any project that got like downgraded because there's no momentum?
Yeah, Rocket, you know, was one.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have to also be careful with this one. So it looks like this document will also be needed for incubation application anyways.
So these are kind of separate. We need to do both.
Right. So it looks like we need to have an annual review first, because TOC is going to have you had annual review yet, right? So that document needs to come out first, and then the incubation application. Yeah. Well, let me know. I mean, if there's anybody, you know, on the call who can help out. Yeah. If there's anything you need help from me, let me know. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we need to also figure out, I mean, like, so recently we need to refresh the website because like we don't have case studies posted on the website yet, and our document, as we discussed in the previous meeting, we want to reconstruct that to make it better for easier for the end users to read.
Yeah, for the reconstruction of the website. So do you have a web developer who can do that? Because we talked to Ying and he said that's not, he doesn't think it's a high priority. He said as long as we have content in there. But it looks like if you have a web developer, because it takes a long time to revamp a website, and we need to figure out, is that going to impact our application, incubation application?
I find one, however, his contract expired early April, so we only have a couple weeks or 3 weeks, I guess. But he has not. Maybe tomorrow I will talk to Dr. Xiong to say that's critical for the review and incubation. It's not.
So why do we need to revamp the website?
Well, we don't need to do a big work. We just need to. So let me just show you the website, and then you will find out.
Okay.
So if you take a look at the website, it's kind of not well organized. So some of the content are just duplicated, like this section. It's kind of trying to introduce what is KubeEdge. And the next one, it looks like this section trying to highlight the valuable things, but it's also not very accurate. And also the next section, why KubeEdge? So the content is massive. Also, you can find out the styles breaking in smaller screens. Okay. So actually, for a project homepage page, we just need to keep the most valuable things to visitors. We don't need kind of massive but not quite well organized things on the homepage.
So we don't need anything fancy. We just need to make sure we have rich content and help us with the incubation application. Okay, so hey Dean, do you have right access to the website? We're gonna work on it.
That's public. Everybody has.
So access. We can. Okay, so we maybe.
Yeah. So the code is open source under the KubeEdge organization. You can find.
Yeah, can you put it on our meeting notes so we know?
Yeah, it's there. It's just a website.
So we can
our GitHub.
Okay, so maybe Dean and I we can work on. Dean, do you think we can work on this together?
Yeah, I think I already posted the blog. I did some.
Yeah, so I will start working on it with you. Then we can work on this, and then we should put our use cases, our production cases, everything there. And if we can't get company's name, we just put ABC or something like a temporary, temporary name, right? Yeah. We don't have to give an exact company name, but we should start adding the content to the website. Okay, and then maybe next time when we have a meeting, we can review the website content again, I guess. So we don't have to go through some kind of approval, right? We just, whatever we think is right, we just put it on.
No, that's will be in the middle. It's okay. We have a Canary website to take a look before we publish.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. All right, so I will work with Dean on that then. Maybe that will also help. And in the meantime, if Kevin, you can give us, information, your annual review, the document, and also the content for incubation, so we can take your content and put it on the website too. And Yeah.
Yeah. So the annual review document is here, and all the things need to include it is already on the list.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have the answers for this? Annual Do you have the answers? I see.
Yeah, I think
the,
we can just create a document and collaborate on that, and
yeah, can we just create share the Google Doc so we can work on that?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
And then you can put it down. Ding Ying and Annie will work on the website content revamp.
Yeah.
Ding, that's okay, right? Sorry, I volunteered us.
Okay.
Okay, and then you can also write it down. You know, once you give the content, you prepare the deck. I'm happy to talk to Chris later. That will be a
sure
strategy. Yeah, Annie can talk to, and then Annie can talk to Chris. Annie check. Yeah, Chris A. Yeah, when we have enough information. Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I just curious. This open source summit in Austin in June. It's still not canceled. I wonder, probably it will be canceled, or
It will be. I think most likely it will be canceled.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it will be online. I think I talked to, actually, I did have a little conversation with some Linux Foundation people. They are working on doing online conferences, online, you know, a lot of online meetings. So they're working on that. So I think they're going to move a lot of conferences to online conference. Yeah. Oh, by the way,
we are also.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Let you know. So I talked to Liz Rice. So I told him that the China community is working on some kind of conference to keep the momentum going. Most likely it will be a virtual conference. And I said, you should give a talk there. She said she's happy to do a keynote. So, and she can talk about the activities. So when you plan the conference, you know, try to include a keynote slot for her.
I think they're running that, right? The Linux Foundation, CNCF guy.
I don't know. I mean, but you guys are planning together, right? With the CNCF guys, right?
Yeah, we had a meeting last week, and the next meeting will be tomorrow. We are currently preparing that together.
Right.
Yeah, that meeting is not that efficient. Like Henry also mentioned, more discussion should happen offline. Only the conclusion, you also said that, right? The conclusion made in the meeting, but that's not efficient if everybody chime in and during the meeting.
Yeah, I guess we will need also push some work moving forward offline, because currently, maybe I think this week everybody's busy. Yeah.
So is it going to be a virtual conference, or is it an in-person conference?
Online.
It will be virtual and probably open conference. I mean, open, so people would just register but may not even buy a ticket.
Okay.
Basically free.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So I think it would be good to have Liz Rice to do a keynote. So, you know, that would give more validity to the conference, right? And then people will try to attend because you got the TOC chairwoman there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she said as long as the time, she's based in UK, as long as the time is not going to be too hard, too tough for her.
Yeah.
To try to, you know, get her the time that's more convenient.
Sure.
Okay, we have about 1 minute.
Yeah.
Do we have more?
Okay.
Today? It's about time.
That's all from my side. And we got a lot of homework to do.
Yep.
Okay. I think maybe we're done for the meeting today. So the next meeting will be April 1st, Europe time meeting. Thank you everybody for joining the meeting today, and see you until next week.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a good day.
Thanks all.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.